Hello, my name is Joey Four, and I am a current student at Purdue University studying construction management technology. This is my presentation about my personal frame. So let's go through the agenda for today. Today are going to discuss what are frames, my personal frame, what ways do successful leadership implement frames, and the concept of frames and how they affect my relationships in leadership. Well, what are frames? Frames are the lenses we lead and view the world. They are how different people react to different things just through their nature and how they have grown up in their life. There are four different types of frames, each with a different strength and weakness. Uh, there's blue, which are highly analytical. They are super like focused on the details. There is red. Those are the people who are competitive and want the results rather than the process. There's yellow, who are more expressive and are more sociable than the rest. And then there's green, who's patient and a good listener and steady and caring. Reframing is another way of framing, but it's how you change your personality type depending on the people you are around. It is typically used to adapt and lead more effectively because it allows you to connect further with the group of person you're talking to. Well, what frame am I? Well, I myself am a yellow. I'm a middle of the yellow, and a yellow frame is someone who's sociable, enthusiastic, expressive, cheerful, flexible, persuasive, inspiring, and dynamic. So I, when I think of a yellow frame, I kind of see myself in every aspect, right? I see myself like my personality as really outgoing, really easy and laid back, as well as really persuasive. I feel like I can get people to do things, as well as I'm always open to be talking to. I feel like people are able to trust me and talk to me easier than maybe talking with others. Even after like a brief conversation with them, I'm able to connect with them. I feel like that's a really big strength, and by being able to talk with different groups of people easier than other colors. But that can also lead to a weakness, and I think a weakness that I struggle with as a yellow is maybe I'm like too sociable, and that like gets people like cold feet, and then they might not want to like talk a whole lot, which is okay, but it really doesn't help trying to connect with them when they like become more like shelled and introverted. These different adjectives that describe yellow are also ways that how do I implement my yellow frame into the leadership that I will do? Well, effective leaders constantly switch their frames depending on the situation because it allows them to connect with more people and be able to keep goals on track. This is otherwise known as reframing. And as a yellow, the way we lead is by inspiring others and helping people see the longer, farther out goals. This can be hindered by uh, other personalities, such as like red, who are usually so focused on the end goal, they don't also see the process that happens, as well as their competitive nature tends to hurt most teams. And the opposite of Yellow is blue, and because yellow is more group oriented, blue is just the opposite of that. They're really statistical, really down to the last detail, and the way that they carry out their tasks and group work is completely different than the way a yellow would or myself would try and lead a group. Frames also help strengthen leadership because if you know what like color someone is, then you're also able to know their weakness. And by knowing their weakness, you can use your strength and other people's strength to help make the group better. So one weakness won't be the Achilles heel to a project, but rather everybody else's strength makes up for that person's weakness. Like without anyone feeling that they're useless on a group project, which can negatively impact everybody on the team if it isn't treated the same. Well, how do frames affect my personal leadership? Well, as a yellow, I like to inspire and talk to other people. So I feel like being a yellow gives me a good sense of communication, and I'm able to use my communication skills to talk with the people around me, get ideas from different groups of people, and really bring all of these different ideas like into one. And because I'm able to get it as one idea, I can then make the project more direct and actually have an end goal. It also allows me, because as a yellow, we're more sociable. I feel like I'm able to understand people better, which allows me to be more empathetic. I also feel like yellow personalities are able to recognize different issues and difficulties that come up way better than others. I feel like because we're so sociable and empathetic, that we're able to kind of like sense what's like the issue with different people and like different tasks that are going on. Thank you. Again, I'm Joey Four, and this was my personal frame for organizational leadership video. Thanks.